Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Week 6 podcast. High-scoring week. How's it going, Mr. Rob?
Going very well, Sam. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Lots of exciting games to talk about. But let's take a look at the standings. It's interesting as it goes. I don't want to say it's getting closer, but yeah, it's getting closer here. Like mathematically, everybody's still in it. Rob?
we are. Yeah, we're still in it.
Okay,
We'll get to it. Don't worry about me. I am still in this thing.
So let's take a look at Conference 1 real quick. The Earth Division, Heart Foundation and High Rollers are 4-2, and the other two guys are 2-4.
And the other two guys are not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, High Rollers, when we get to him in a second, is, I'm not going to say should be 3-3. I'm just saying he was within a whisker of being 3-3. The Heart Foundation is a dominant force.
Yes,
okay?
the only one that's above 1,000 right now points.
Yeah,
for the season.
And so he's an animal, man.
The other division, we have Wolfpack 4-2, and also Verde and Autumn Wind at 3-3, and Kelly Panthers bringing in at 1-5. So, kind of anybody's game. Kelly Panthers still not mathematically counted out, right, Rob? Still has a chance.
No, oh yeah, he does, but he's hopefully getting Le'Veon Bell back at some time. I don't think I don't know. The way this year's breaking out, I think you can get in the playoffs with 6 losses. On both sides. We'll see. Somebody's going to have to get hot. But yeah, that .167 is not looking real sweet right now.
No. And let's go take a look at the other standings. The other conference, Fire Division. Savs at 4-2. Golden State Heavyweight, boy, for somebody that doesn't do pickups, he's rolling here. And then straight LA, and then Mr. Rob bringing up the rear in the Fire Division there.
Yeah, bringing up the rear, but with the pretty standard, decent 850 points.
Sure.
I'm not saying it's. I'm not trying to compare myself to Heart Foundation, but I'm saying I got 2 more points than High Rollers that's sitting there with 2 more wins than me. So let's all kind of keep in mind the competition we've been playing to this point. So it's it's not 853 ain't that bad. All right.
Nah.
Again, I'm not gonna like try to challenge the the rules of this league.
No.
I don't think we need to laugh at me.
No. And then the Water Division, yours truly coming in at 4-2. New Denver's also 4-2. Yeah. Degenerate Bastard 3-3, and Rancho Nuggets 3-3. Rancho Nuggets on a 3-game winning streak right there.
3-game winning streak. He's got 1 more win than me and 72 less points. Yeah, that's life is fair. So
that's how it works. Well, let's just jump right into it. The first matchup, Saz versus the Bag of the Bat. Now, I gotta feel bad for the Bag of the Bat. 167 points. Let's just throw up a mathematical number that 60-70% of the time that would win, right, Rob?
Oh yeah. It's a winning effort, but. Again, nobody on this call or that's hosting this or is going to take pity on either of these guys.
No.
I'm just wondering which one of them is going to sell the car to who to pay their debt they owe to the league right now on these pickups, man. So it's, this is, let's just call this the all pickup game, right?
Yep. Yes. These guys are the most, yep.
And as it turns out, Jameis Winston was a good pickup. It was a real good pickup. So, and Todd Gurley just went off. It's as Todd Gurley's going to do. I mean, what's up with snow in Denver in the middle of October, dude?
Climate change, folks. Climate change. It's real.
Climate and heavy climate change. So, Sav's had a real nice week. He, propped himself up with Winston and Gurley. And then, filled in around the edges there. The 23 points out of the Chargers was real nice. Mm-hmm. So he just... 167, it's good, but it's real good. It's going to probably win you like 11 games this week against 11 teams or whatnot, but, not enough this week, and it's going to happen, and it's not enough to get you into bad beat territory. -1 out of the Bears. Let's all talk about that Bears performance. We got, 20 degrees in freaking Denver and 100 degrees in Miami, and, dude, losing, wow.
And
I mean, that's...
And so,
wow.
He's kicking himself because if he would have started the Houston D, he would have won by 2 points if he would have started the Houston defense.
Oh, yeah, the Houston.
kicking stuff in them. Hey, that's how it works, man. Who would have thought the Bears? You know what I mean?
But we're coming off a bye. They're playing a team that's banged up and has to start Osweiler on short notice, right?
Exactly.
I mean, it's kind of hard to argue, but dude, that's because they're the Chicago Bears. I mean, what the hell else did they do? Yeah. So anyway, we pondered that game long enough. Let's move on to the next.
Let's go.
Good game by Savs. Good game by Savs. Yeah.
Golden State Heavyweights versus TB12, the great 200-90, 110 point. Boy, bad beat. We won't spend too much on here, but Melvin Gordon, dude, those Chargers down there, Rob, they're looking for reals this season. You know what I mean? Phillip Rivers has a good supporting cast. I mean, they might need to move into a bigger stadium than that high school stadium,
Well, that place just can't hold all the other team's fans as well as they would like, So
yes.
Melvin Gordon's a fantastic player. Phillip Rivers last week. I mean, it's, you say this about Dave. He finally, it's like he looked at an injury report. He must have gotten back from Bangladesh or wherever he's been. And, he's started a team. He drafts great teams, right?
Yeah.
200 points. TB12. Oh, that hurts, man. I mean, it just hurts me. It hurts me.
I mean, I don't know. What about your favorite receiver, Amari Cooper? What happened to him? A no-show with 0 points?
What happened to him is he got concussed, but what happened to him is he's lousy. And, I mean, the reports are they're trying to trade him, and the Raiders and all their continual dysfunction at least are putting out there that they want a first-round pick. And, I mean, I was going back and forth with my buddy, a Raiders fan, the other day, and we're like, dude, I mean, at this point, if you can get a fifth for him, I mean, move on it, right?
Yeah.
I think if somebody threw a fourth out there for him, I mean, the Raiders are taking it, right?
Yeah, they have to.
I mean, what's the market for an off-injured wide receiver who never gets open, and when he does, drops the ball? I mean, dude, Des Bryant can't get a job right now, right? So
even Carr is on the trading block, guys. You know what I mean?
And again, what's the market for a broken quarterback? This is a bad team.
But anyway,
I think we spent enough.
Yeah.
Only thing I say about TB12 here in this game is, I mean, at least you didn't leave any points on the bench. I mean, just universally across the board, your whole team sucked this week. So it's there you go, buddy.
Yeah. And let's go to the next game, Straight LA versus High Rollers. Oh, got hurt. 133 to 134.
Dude, I mean, it's oh man, that would hurt. I mean, that really, that's that pass at the ending from Tom Brady to the Gronk, man. I mean, that was the dagger, and you're just going. If Straight LA is watching it that closely, and you're just going, oh yeah, Kansas City could give up a 50-yard pass right now to Brady, and of course they did, and which fantastic game, huh? But man, I mean, good for me in my division, I mean, the Straight LA goes down, High Rollers kind of gets propped up on this. It's, I don't want to say that the better team didn't win. Jared Goff can hand that ball off. There's no question. Man, I think I just made a line there.
Yeah.
But I mean, this team. I mean, that's what did him in. Other than that, everybody's double digits up and down. And it's and I mean, High Rollers even comes over the debacle of the year here with the Jacksonville defense. What the fuck was that?
In Dallas. I mean, geez.
Oh my God, dude, 40 points. I mean, that team talks an awful lot for somebody that gives up 40 points like twice. How many they give KC? Like 30? And so, that was stunning, man. I mean, and it's, I mean, I was sitting there watching that going, I think High Rollers has got a shot.
Yeah.
I'm actually still in disbelief. I mean, it's a game that Straight LA probably should have won. High Rollers kind of stole this one, dude. It's a low-scoring game. And really, Straight LA gets undone by a snowstorm in freaking Denver. So that's the best thing I can say on that one. Better luck next time, bro.
Yep. And let's go on to the next matchup. Your matchup, Gangrene versus the Heart Foundation. 244, Rob.
Well, let's go ahead and. Oh yeah, go ahead. What would you like to say?
Is this this is near the bad beat? I mean, this is like under 100 points, at least.
Well, yeah, but it's my third loss on the season at right about 150, and I mean, I'm not expecting to win all those, but I think you get one. That being said, it wasn't as close as that score looked. I mean, Cody just smoked me. I mean, for Christ's sake, I thought Saquon Barkley was too much on Thursday. You just had to go and up the ante with Melvin Gordon on Sunday.
Gordon,
so
yeah. I mean, Barkley is the only light spot on the Giants right now anyways, you know. I mean, it's crazy what their team is going through.
But that performance on last Thursday was pathetic. You know what? I only get to play this division once. I'll just say I think this guy has he's got a championship caliber team. He really does. It's I mean, and the thing is, if he can get healthy healthy down there at the wide receiver position, I mean, he's sitting there with T.Y. Hilton and Doug Baldwin riding the pine right now. He's a little thin at running back, even though I think Ingram's a bit of a boost for him. He's on bye this week. I mean, it's a good team. You know, Andrew Luck's the king of garbage time, right?
Yes.
And Emmanuel Sanders is just reborn, dude. It's good game. I mean, he's got a good team, dude. He's better than me. I mean, what am I going to say? I mean, he had his best week. I didn't, and there you go. And I don't even know if I could have beat him with my best week.
Yeah.
So if he had his best week, his team's better than mine. So good, kudos to Cody. I love the kid, man. He's a great guy. So I'm happy to see him doing well. You know, that's all the gushing I'm going to do. Next year, I hope to kick his ass. So,
yeah, let's go on to the next matchup: El Oso Verde versus Ninja Assassin. It was coming up close, you know. And I just pulled away on Monday night. I was kind of worried still. He had Green Bay versus Niners, and I thought Green Bay would just score. I mean, defensive-wise, fantasy defensive point-wise, I thought Green Bay would just blow up for him, you know. I was panicking, and then I hope everything went to Tyreek Hill because, you know, he had Patrick Mahomes too, you know, so I needed to cancel that out and go to Tyreek Hill. But, no, it was good. 218, not too shabby, you know.
No, you when your team clicks, Sam, when you get Mahomes going to Tyreek and Aaron Rodgers showing up, and, I mean, dude, there's no question you can crank some home runs out of the park, man. I mean, you got some hitters on that team, so and you showed it again this week. I mean, Mike Evans oddly gets 5 and had a premier matchup against Atlanta, right?
Yeah, but it's the QB. I think Fitzpatrick likes.
The QB was hot.
No, but Fitzpatrick likes Evans more than, you know what I mean. So so that's how that works. And real quick, quick rant. Look, Isaiah Corral gets 200-something yards against Denver, and then what happened this week? Oh man, you know. So I'm kind of disappointed about that. You know, whatever. You know.
Well, he remembered he was Isaiah Corral
on the Jets.
I mean, I think let's just pause for 1 second for fun here. Let's just talk about the greatness that is Patrick Mahomes. I mean, it's insane, right? I mean, he had a bad first 20 minutes of the game, and then just blew it out of the water the rest of the way, right?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it was a slow start. I was panicking myself and all that stuff, and then I kind of didn't pay attention to it. Like you said, it was a slow start, and then next thing you know, I'm like, whoa, Patrick Mahomes is blowing up. You know?
And he missed. I mean, think about the beginning of that game. Kansas City probably should have won that game. I mean, it's tough. You don't beat New England kicking field goals, but I mean, he missed 3 wide open touchdown passes. Hill, what's his name? Kareem Hunt, and he missed one to Kelsey. I mean, all in the first quarter there. He was just jumpy, but man, he settled down and just was fantastic after that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, he's just. I don't think I've seen any a fantasy quarterback come out of nowhere like this, and I'm not saying it's totally out of nowhere, but it reminds me an awful lot of Kurt Warner back in about 2002.
Kurt Warner, or even Vic, right? When he
Vic was definitely there too. Yeah, no question. And obviously Mahomes is a little different because he is kind of a highly touted guy. You know, all 3 of those, but it's just. I mean, you guys struck gold with it. So I mean, hopefully he stays healthy and keeps going. I can tell you, as a Chiefs fan, it sure is nice to watch, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on to the next game.
Let's move on to the next matchup. New Denver versus Wolfpack. Wolfpack broke 200. Yeah, real good performance. New Denver, like we said, 167, same like Tay. You know, you would have beaten, 60-70% of the time, with 167 points, but not this week.
Well, didn't Tay have 167 when those guys? I wonder who would have won on the long play. Let's take 12 minutes to break that down, Sam. Yeah, dude, this I don't know. I'm running out of hyperbole this week. This is I mean, I feel like we don't talk about Don enough, and he's got a great team there.
He does.
You know, but unfortunately, I'm not going to dwell on this week. Let's give the Wolves some love here. I mean, it's a rare event. Phillip Rivers, Russell, Hunt, just Tyreek. You know, it's the Ravens, man. Dude, the Ravens, 106 total yards of offense by the Titans the other day. 11 sacks. I mean, how is this even possible, dude?
Yeah.
And you give up 106 yards, a shutout, and you get 11 sacks. If he gets less points than the goddamn Houston Texans, there's something funky about my defensive rules here at some point. I didn't, you know.
I was talking to a Ravens fan, and they're frustrated because it's like every week it's a different team that shows up for the Ravens. You know what I mean? And I can kind of see that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's all great one week, and then they stunk it up the next week. You know, it's
Yeah, they don't have an awful lot of offensive talent out there, you know. But I'll tell you who doesn't have any offensive talent. That's the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I at this point, and there's no really reason to talk about because it's not fantasy relative, but, I mean, are there any Tennessee Titans even playing in our league now? Do we have anybody?
From Tennessee Titans? Yeah. Well,
I mean, I think Henry might be buried on somebody's roster because they don't want to spend the $5, maybe Deion Lewis, but, I mean, that's it, right? And is there any reason to get him? No. I mean, Mariotta's a bad quarterback, dude. I don't know how else to say it. I'm sure he's a great leader, and I mean, he'll be just like so many of those guys were in college. But man, he sucks, dude.
Yeah.
So, moving on.
Let's go to Degenerate Bassett versus Autumn Wind. Autumn Wind, man, he's coming up. 127 points.
I mean, yeah, it's a cheap win, 127 to 104. I mean, I wish I would have played Autumn Wind this week. You know, I wish I would have played Degenerate Bastards this week. I lost to him by a point in week 1. You know, with 140 like 5. This. I mean, you know, I don't know. Roethlisberger, Ryan, Elliott, Mixon, all very nice up there. Goskowski. Damn, Goskowski. That's 21 points. That's huge. The Browns, I don't know. I mean, the sum of their parts is better than their fantasy value, I would have to say. This guy's got a good team. He's done a good job. I mean, this is a shit game, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, let's call up Michael and ask what he thinks about it. He's gonna be like, dude, why are you bugging me, man? This game's crap. So Hey, cheap win. Take him. You get cheap win. You get one cheap win and one bad loss of the year, unless your name's Gangrene, where you get no cheap wins and you get nothing but bad losses. So, moving on.
Another low score. We won't probably spend too much time on this one either. The last matchup is Kelly Panthers versus Raunchy Nuggets. Raunchy Nuggets still stole a win with 116 points. Rob, you know,
is this game really 116 to 70?
Yeah, that is maybe Kelly Panthers forgot to start up his defense. Who knows? You know, so.
No, it's just this is like we drafted Le'Veon Bell Bowl here. It's this game. God, man, this game sucks.
Yeah, this matchup.
There's no other way to say it.
Yeah. This
Go
game.
ahead.
No, what I'm gonna say is, because we're done talking about that game, you asked, does anybody have any Tennessee players? While we were talking about this game, I said sure, and I searched. Tay has Corey Davis, Tennessee wide receiver.
Yeah.
So
does Scott Ekman, and he started him up, and he was worth 2 points last week. Dude, this guy started. I mean, let's just for 1 second. I mean, okay, he's got one more win than me. He started Carlos Hyde, Corey Davis. I mean, and his bench was like guys like Kenny Golladay, who was on bye. I mean, he was like a week 2 wonder. It just, I mean, it's like it probably doesn't take him much time to set his damn roster because he just goes with whoever's actually functionally playing that week, right? This boggles my mind, man. I refuse to talk about this game anymore.
Man, Rob, all the flavors to choose from, and you pick salty. You pick salty to go to the Raunchy Nuggets.
It's just, I mean, this game makes me mad. 116 to 70.
And you wish you would have played one of them. I know. All right, folks. That was an exciting podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it, just like Robin and I do. Get your lineups in tomorrow. Hit that waiver wire, guys. I think Baker Mayfield is still out there. So
Baker Mayfield. Mariota's available, Sam.
So
Stop giving away insider information, bro.
Man, all I can do is help, man. You know. But for Rob, I am Sam. Good luck this week, guys.
Thanks, Sam. Pleasure. Sam.